Okay, so I finally got really good audio on this video, I'm hoping. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a very audio heavy video. I'm just going to be trying to figure out why the Ubuntu server can't receive a file from the Juniper device through FTP. I did try to work on this a bit between videos, but I kind of want to get this on video as much as possible because I think it will kind of help people to see what somebody who has had legit 5 years experience and went to a tech school and he's an IT professional, what that person would do if they can't get something to work. So just kind of have that persistence, that kind of inability to just let it go and move on. But of course, you know, you've got to, I will be doing that at some point. And I think I have made it clear in previous videos that I can do that if it does appear to be the right course of action. There are some cases where you'll have two systems that are not compatibility, but keeping with the themes of this channel, I want to have a satisfying answer to the question of whether or not this works. And if the answer is they're just not compatible, it's just not possible, that to me would be a satisfying answer. So what I'm looking for right now is a satisfying answer to the good question of why can't this Ubuntu server can't receive an FTP file. So yeah, why won't my FTP server let me upload? So I don't have permission to upload files. I think this is because of Ubuntu. So same problem. Aha, so you've got to uncomment write enable equals yes. So one thing that I'm kind of a little bit slow to pick up on sometimes on Linux is that when you just create something in a file, in a directory, that is known as a write. I'm used to thinking of writing as opening up a file and making modifications to that. But just creating a file within a directory, like for example, if I do touch test, and now you'll see I've got, shoot. Okay, yeah, well, you can see it there. I've got test there. That's a write operation. So that's something that if you don't have permissions to write, you will not be able to do. And when I push the file through FTP from the Juniper, this is essentially what I'm going to be doing. So we've got to enable permissions for that. All right, so let's enable that. Write enable equals yes. We got to figure out which file. Okay, etc vs ftpd.conf. All right, so now let's look at the, aha, so write enable equals yes. This is what we were missing. Oops. Now it's exploding. So I don't know why it exploded on me. Okay, there we go, perfect. Oops, it's read-only. We gotta go back and reopen the file with sufficient permissions, giving it our password. Oh, and they found a swap file. We can delete that swap file. So, yep, so now we will be enabling write. Okay, and I think we'll have to restart the daemon. Let's try it without doing that though, because we can save ourselves a little bit of time if we don't have to. Because it will take me a little bit of time to look up that command. I forgot what it is. So this is, oh, and you can see here's our classic GNS bug where the host name is now A, even though I clearly did change it to router 3. So that's too bad. My strategy to prevent that was to set up a superfluous commit so it rolls back that instead of the valuable configuration that I set up. But we kind of had it stripped down anyway as far as the configuration we were using for the device. So I don't think it'll be that hard to set up again, especially, oh no, it looks like the other ones are messed up as well. So yeah, but it just rolled back the latest configuration on all of my devices. So I might need to do that again. I can kind of go a bit faster with it. But for now, let's just assess the damages and see if see which ones have been rolled back, which ones have not been rolled back. And then hopefully things will work once I've got network connectivity to where I can finish this up. But this is going to be a really cool feature, and then having your configs backed up on a remote server where they're all accessible, you know, at a glance. Or what I mean by that is you can use grep to go through them all. You don't have to log into individual devices anymore. That I think is super valuable and something I definitely want to demo. So I'll need to open up R2. That didn't, R2D2, so that didn't open up automatically. So let's just check that everything is for sure reset. Yeah, I wish I could figure out how to prevent this bug. It's really a crappy bug. I could make that superfluous commit every time, but that's kind of a pain as well. Or I could do like an archive backup config, something like that. But luckily, the configuration on here isn't that sophisticated. So, oops, and I roll back, we're just gonna be rolled back 1. So to roll back to commit to. All right, perfect. So now we've got a blank slate. So let's pull up a Notepad++ instead of just doing it directly on the device. That was kind of a fitting word for me to write instead of the correct one. Nope. All right, so let's consider router A. And router A, we're going to have 2 interfaces. So it'll be set interface G000 unit 0 family INET address, and then I believe this one goes to the jump server. Let's make it .1/30 face G000 unit 0 family ISO interface G000. Oops, now we're moving on to 01 0 family INET address /30. So all right, so time for the ISIS protocol configuration. All right, and I think this is all we're going to need. Let's just add descriptions as well, make things easier on us. Perfect. All right, time to paste it in. Oops. One thing I did forget is we're going to have to change the host name as well. And I am forgetting a key, another thing that's going to be key, and that is the archive config, because we want to, well, let's hold off on that, and we can even use something more interesting to configure it, like the paramiko and netmiko. So let's hold off on that. Perfect. Okay, so let's check the configuration here, just because we're going to need to get that to work at some point. So might as well just check it now that we've got this window open. Okay, looks good. All right, so it's time to apply the configuration to router 1. All right, so yeah, really nice and easy. There's, of course, a bunch of extra bells and whistles you can add to ISIS. You can make things a level 2 interface, level 1 interface only, disable level 1. That kind of stuff will be really important if you're using multiple areas. Our simple config, it's not going to really hurt anything. It will congest the links with extra control traffic, but not to a point where it'll be an issue. So, because a lot of the things like making a passive interface and stuff, if you're working with T-links, really low bandwidth links, and extra control traffic from your protocols is too burdensome on those links. That's the reason why there's a lot of bells and whistles that there are with running protocols. Okay, so now we're going to need to test that I did choose the right ports. It looks like I did not. It's actually going to be flipped. So I'm going to just verify that this is actually going to be, yeah, so it's going to be port 1 goes to the server, not port 0. So I can just flip these. And now I can go to config mode and do delete interfaces. And now just repaste all of this interface config. And yep, I'm going to need to repaste the config for the loopback as well. So looks like the first one made it on there, but the second one has to go. Perfect. Now we got a ping. Perfect. Okay, now we're good to go. So we can do that check on router 3 before moving on. So it's going to be, so that was D, so router 3 is A, so it's going to be 0, 1, 2, I believe. Yep, 0, 1, 2. So of course that means we're going to need to introduce a new interface here. Yeah, but let's move it so that it's in order. And then we're going to need to change it to be 2. Okay, and this is going to be router 3. This is to router 1. Oops. Oh, yeah, to server. So this is going to be changed to router 2, and then down here, oops, 2 router 2, yeah, it's okay, yeah. And then this is going to be changed to 2 router 4, and then we're going to have .2 for everything. Perfect. So now, of course, we're going to need a different address here, and then different address here. And then we'll need to add our extra interface. But that's it, really nice and quick. Let's get it in there as soon as possible. So maybe we can do some new stuff before this video's got to come to a close. It's going to need to come to a close right at 8, if not beforehand. All right, so now we should be able to ping the server from here because we're going to be learning that route through ISIS. It does take a little bit of time for routes to populate in to be learned because that control traffic isn't sent right away, but now we've got the routes. So let's see if we can ping it again. Of course we can because it's in the routing table. It's got an ARP first, but oh, it looks like we can't. Aha! So this is something I figured out between routing videos, between videos, because I had a problem with this before. So I thought that, okay, everything's all good, hunky-dory, as long as you have a default gateway on the Ubuntu server. Like that was all you needed, was a default route, but you actually need a gateway of last resort as well. I'm not sure why, but we do need that. But luckily it's quite simple. That's all we're going to need. And then I'm not sure what the metric would be, and I'm not sure why I can't use this. So I'm going to shrink it down. There we go. So yep, I'm going to have to put in a metric. We'll just give it a metric of 1, maybe 100. So it's not letting me do the thing I need to do. So I don't know why. Maybe because can I hit apply? No, applies grayed out. So, oh, I see. No, that's the furthest down I can go. So yeah, it's not letting me add a gateway of last resort, which I'm surprised I need because I have a default gateway. But yeah, there seems to be some sort of issue with the metric where I have to specify Oh, I see. Okay, it's the net mask is going to be in CIDR notation, so it's going to be /0, I think. Why is a net mask of 2.5 a valid net mask? It's because of the number of bits, right? Is this right? Okay, so hopefully things work now. I do know that is what the issue was. Unfortunately, I don't know how to use the GUI to enter in a gateway of last resort, which again, I'm surprised it needs because it has a default gateway. Okay, well, I think okay, but I'm going to just check this again. Yeah, and maybe try changing this again. Okay, well, I'm just going to cancel, and then I'm going to use the terminal because I know how to do it there. So it's going to be sudo route add inet 0000 gateway 10.0.0.1. Oops. So route add dash net. Oh, right. It's going to be a /0. There we go. So you can see the /0 was taken here, but it wasn't taken there. I don't know why. It's just kind of one of those things with Linux, like why a lot of people think Linux is hard, because you've got stuff like that happens. But there's always a way. If there's a will, and there's a way in Linux, which is why I like it better than Windows. In a lot of cases, Windows, it doesn't work in the GUI. You're kind of out of luck. You can try to force your way through the CLI like I did here, but it's probably not going to go as easy. Linux, you just pull up that terminal. You can do pretty much whatever you want. So I'm going to have to cut it here, but I'm glad I got this on video, because I was having this issue in one of my previous videos and I never really showed the solution to it. The solution is that the Linux server requires a gateway of last resort, which is a IP route to anywhere, and then it just gives you the gateway you will use if you don't have a route to the network you're trying to go to, and you need that even though you already have a default gateway. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.